Hi,
Hello.
my name is Shay, and this is Gavin, who lives here with me, and we're in love and stuff. How's it going?
Good.
All is well in our house. This week the topic is coming out and how your family did when you came out. Gavin and I have been together for almost 3 years, but Gavin has been out as trans for almost
2007.
since December-ish of 2007. So I figured I would
December 6th.
December 6th of 2007. So I figured I'd drag him in and have him talk to you guys.
Oh. Well, I came out on December 6th of 2007 after watching an episode of Trans-American Love Story on Logo. If you don't know about it, you should look it up because it was really, well, it was funny, but it was a neat show. The premise of the show was basically like Bachelorette, and there was a trans woman, Calpurnia Adams. I'm sure you've heard of her. She's pretty well known in the community. And she had 7 men vying for her affection. And it was like the 2nd or 3rd episode, and one of those guys came out as trans during the episode. And I remember being completely shocked and flabbergasted because you would have never known that he was born biologically female. So, for me, that was what I call my aha moment, and I realized that there was a name for what I had struggled with my entire life. And I just realized if he could do it, then so could I. And I like to say that it felt like I could breathe for the first time in my life, because everything finally clicked and fell into place, and there was a reason for why I had been going through what I had been going through my entire life.
Who was the first person you told?
My partner at the time.
What did she say?
She wasn't very surprised. Not many people were.
That's awesome.
So, she was very supportive and told me that she loved me unconditionally and would help me in any way that I needed. She had a very positive response.
That's good.
And then I told my best friend of over a decade, and I think initially she was a little surprised, but after thinking back on it, it all kind of made sense. We haven't really talked a lot about how she reacted to me coming out. We just kind of kept living life. And then I came out to a couple of other friends, and then I called my mom, and that was super fun.
Right.
She's always poking me with her hair. Anyway, I called my mom, and I mean, it was awkward. It was what you would expect. She didn't really understand it, didn't know anything about it at the time, and basically that's what she told me, and she said, you know, you're my kid, I love you no matter what.
So then, Gavin and I met in 2010. 9. Yeah, 2009. Gavin was pretty tea. It was at a bar. And yes, I was a drunk. I was drunk all the time at the time. And Gavin came up and asked for a lighter. And apparently he told me he was trans within like the first 15 minutes of our very first conversation. And he says that I didn't hesitate and just kept rambling, so apparently I took it well.
Well, I always make it a point to come out fairly early with anyone that I meet, really, but especially someone that I'm super attracted to, like Shay. I'm a firm believer in disclosing my trans status as soon as possible, because I need to know if that's going to be an issue for them, then obviously we're not meant to have sex. I mean, be together.
Well, the good thing, actually, the funny thing to me is that I actually met my very first trans guy like 2 weeks prior. And it's not somebody that we're friends with anymore, but I was once again drunken at a bar, and I'd met this kid, and I was rambling, and, I think I misgendered him, and he told me, I'm trans, I go by he, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, and kept drunkenly rambling, and then...
Can I interject something here?
Yes.
While Shay did drink frequently and drink a lot, she was also an airman in the Air Force, and that's just what they do. So, I mean, it's not like she just randomly became an alcoholic.
Oh, thank you. But
Okay.
I drank way too much. Anyway, so thanks to that kid back in the day, I looked up trans, so I had a little bit of an idea of what it meant. So then when I met Gavin a couple weeks later, I knew a little bit more of what it meant, which is awesome. So thank you, that guy at the bar. So yeah, I took it pretty well. Once it looked like we were going to get involved, I started doing a lot more research. Spent a lot of your taxpayers' dollars Googling things at work. Thank you very much. And so yeah, it went pretty well. And then actually my favorite response to, well, I'm dating a trans guy, was to my youngest sister, who, mind you, hadn't been in the States for very long. And, we were chatting on, I think, Facebook probably, and I told her that Gavin is transgender, and she wrote back and said, oh, does that mean he's European?
It's the best response ever.
I have no idea. The only thing I can... Maybe she thought I said Transylvania? I don't know. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite, absolute favorite one. Other than that, the majority of my friends are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. The ones that are legitimately my friends make an effort to try and understand. And then the ones that spend a lot of time around us get it and, cooperate with pronouns and names and this and that. And, I don't know. It's been kind of awesome to see who gets it and who sticks up for Gavin. And, because you have people that say they're supportive and helpful and then don't be supportive when you need them. And then you have kind of toolish people that say they're helpful and then they are. Like, I remember also at a bar, I was off wandering around doing drunken things, and Gavin was being verbally attacked by this extremely drunken, rude lesbian, and one of my best friends jumped in and chewed her out and told her off and sent her packing, and I just still happy about it.
Yeah, and it was really cool because the guy that did it he's really your stereotypical, like, tool. I don't want to get into too many derogatory terms, but your stereotypical, like, tool of a guy.
Pretty much just not somebody you would expect to stick up for anything other than, two kids in a picket fence. So, I don't know, to this day, it's still one of the best.
And he did.
Yeah, he really did.
And
so.
after he was done, he looked at me and basically told me that I was alright by him. Yeah, so that was a very touching experience.
Yeah.
Aside from the rude lesbian.
Right. My mom is not a big, huge fan, but...
Well, she's not a fan of anything but Baby Jesus.
Not a fan of anything but Baby Jesus. My mom is extremely religious. She's been... Oh, God, well, my dad was... long story. But anyways...
I know, I'm like, don't get into it.
Super, super religious people.
She goes around doing this. PTL.
She really
and
does.
that means praise the Lord.
She really does. It's cute. Super religious. Thanks to Facebook, she realized that Gavin was not born...
That I don't have a peep!
That Gavin does not have a peep and will not be impregnating me at any given opportunity. PTL.
I might be pregnant, though.
So she was less than happy with that discovery. And unfortunately, she took that to mean that Gavin was not healthy for me or with me or anything, when in reality...
She thought I was cray-cray.
Yeah. When in reality, I'm emotionally and intellectually in the best place I think I have been in the last decade. So
And she stopped drinking.
and I stopped drinking. So yeah, my mom's wrong, and I'm happy. So it's real mature. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. In general, friends and family are cool. The majority of people just say I love you and I support you and do what you want. So.
I think your big brother was like, is he good to you?
Yeah, that's true. My big brother is a Marine Corps veteran and also, gruff and doesn't talk a whole lot and just rawr.
I'm
And
a
he
man.
beer, and which is a lot like me most of the time. And he just said, "Does he treat you well? And do you love him?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, so be it." So I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Anything else?
I come out a lot.
Oh yeah. Gavin comes out a lot. He's a travel nurse right now, so pretty much whenever he goes to the different facilities, I think not so much now because he passes almost all the time, but definitely last year, he would come out almost every single new facility that he went to, so a couple times a week. And his favorite, easiest go-to was, do you watch Dancing with the Stars? Thank you, Chaz Bono. Because even if people had never heard of being trans,
Then everybody knew about Cher's kid.
everybody knew about Cher's kid because, they
Because
just
I'm
did.
Cher, bitch.
So, yeah, that was the easiest go-to. So, yeah, Gavin comes out a lot. And, I don't know, even, he does public speaking here and there, and, I mean, obviously the public speakings are arranged ahead of time, so they kind of know what we're going to be there for, so I guess so far we've been well received, and by we I really mean Gavin and me clicking next on the projector.
My lovely assistant.
I'm really good at assisting. But yeah, that's about it. This was fun. Have a good week. Okay, bye.